gathered as children of
Oh,
God,
God.
together under His care, we'll live a life as role models of His
What a
message of love.
love.
It is her promise to practice our faith. To hear His word and embrace the world. In charity and justice, we'll walk our path. Good citizens in the service of God.
God.
We are an
Realize
Realizing
Christ community education we promote.
cultural excellence in the task of social transformation.
transformation.
We
The
are
same.
persons of character and
And
Confident.
different corners of the world.
Of the world.
Together as children of God, together under His care, we'll live a life as role models of His message of
practice our
Our
faith.
faith. Praise the word.
In charity and justice, we'll walk our path as good citizens in the service of God. We are evangelize His
Unity.
The community
Our
Catholic education.
we
promote.
be
Social transformation, we are persons of character and
given. I practice the thanksgiving.
With Mary,
We are evangelizing community. Our
Wala tayong toyo, sabi mo kay mama.
caress us in our tender years.
Years.
Usually our dear mother, her spiritual lessons true will guide you all the years. And what in this taught us love the truth. It's just love, noble virtue.
Our mother.
Oh, the synthesis.
We part from the
Beng, babali yung balakang mo. Ayun mo. Babali yung balakang. Tik-tik. Ayun, tik-tik. Alam mo sa ibon, tik-tik. Dahil hindi ko kaya si mama bilhin yung ibon. Yung ibon, hindi ko kaya si mama bilhin. Baka daw mamatay. Baka daw mamatay. Baka ko patayin ko. Sayang naman 1,000.
Ayan, hello dear students. Good afternoon.
Oo
Good
nga.
afternoon.
Okay,
Ibon.
so
afternoon po.
tayo.
Good afternoon
Tayo
po.
mo mukhang may lumiit mo kanina. So, sana po hindi po natin sayangin yung oras natin ngayong seminar kasi sayang naman kung aantukin tayo so wala
Mamamatay
tayong
kayo nang wala
ma-absorb
yun.
learnings or lessons dito sa seminar. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to be an MC for this afternoon webinar. I am
Jovelyn.
Jovelyn A. from BS Entrepreneurship Program and your MC for today's webinar entitled The Power of Excellence, Developing an Achiever's Mindset and Habit. I also like to greet our College Dean Fernandez, our resource speaker, the program heads, our guidance coordinator, our faculty members, and staffs. And to you, my fellow college students, a blessed afternoon. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. I hope we will learn a lot today through this webinar. Pasig Catholic College Department conducted this very relevant webinar to all of us. Is term mindset and achievers one. So many aspects of our daily life depend on our outlook on life and our mindset. How do you view tough tasks? Is it you as a problem or an opportunity? I think all of us have thinking a lot on how we can improve our mindset, how consistently grow and stay productive. In today's webinar, our guest speaker will share some tips on how to adopt and implement an achiever's mindset. So for this afternoon, we have invited a handful resource speakers who will share their experiences and expertise in relation with our topic for today's seminar. Our speaker for this afternoon is a double bachelor's degree holder of AB Psychology and Bachelor of Science in Education, major in English, taking up a Master of Arts in Education in Guidance and Counseling and Master of Arts in Education in Administration and Supervision of Schools. Our guest speaker was a former PCC College Guidance Coordinator. She's invited as a guest speaker to a different talks and seminars. She's a teacher, a mother, a friend, and an advocate of health and wellness programs.
Grabe ka talaga.
Every one of us.
Ayun na ako susunod.
So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker for today, Mrs. Luz Biminda Tido Docot, our college OSA coordinator. And let us all welcome and give her a virtual round of applause. So for a few reminders, so kindly off our microphone para hindi po maistorbo ang ating guest speaker for today. Thank you so much.
Ayan. Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon, Miss.
Afternoon po, Miss Docot.
Good afternoon po.
Afternoon,
Miss.
Miss.
Afternoon po.
So one more time, sabay. Good
Afternoon, Miss.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss.
So hopefully good ang afternoon nyo, no? And good ang afternoon namin. So after this webinar, with its objective, I guess you will not be just having a good afternoon, but an excellent afternoon later on. Ayan. So first of all, before I share my story and my discussions, I would like to thank everyone for attending this webinar. So, despite the busy schedule, so you find time to be with us this afternoon. And of course, very timely, no? Tamang-tama sa topic natin about excellence. Congratulations sa lahat ng Achievers. So lumabas na yung kanilang AVP and very busy sila kagabi sa social media. Congratulations. So indeed, you are a good example of a true PCCian, a person of character and competence, and of course, synonymous to excellence. So para sa inyo to, at para sa mga gusto pang maging excellent in the days to come. Ayan. So, okay ba? Willing na bang makinig? Sana ma-inspire ko kayo this afternoon. Because we will be discussing everything about mindset, habits, and the power of excellence. Ayan. So, bago ako mag-umpisa, share ko muna a little bit of my story, no? And hopefully, with my story, ma-inspire kayo. And eventually, share ko sa inyo kung paano ko na-achieve yung mindset of excellence. Ayan. So, introduce ko lang very briefly, mga 1 oras, yung kwento ko. Willing na bang makinig? Natawa sila for 1 hour. So, my name is Mrs. Luz Biminda Doco. So, alam naman niyo lahat na kasama niyo kami. Yan, ako, sa journey natin sa PCC. No? So, I'm your OSA coordinator and as mentioned, formerly also the guidance coordinator of the college department. Ayan. But how was I able to be one of the employees of Pasig Catholic College? So, re-relate ko lang, katulad nyo, syempre, nag-umpisa din naman ako bilang estudyante. And ibaba pa natin ng konti, no? Nag-umpisa din naman kami with my family and I, especially ako, with a very humble beginning. Okay. Nag-umpisa ang family, definitely ordinaryong pamilya, galing sa mahirap. Talagang down to earth, no? My mother got married at a very early age, 19, got pregnant at 20, and at 20, she became a widow. So, namatay po ang father ko very early age, 5.5 months, and I practically grew up with my grandparents. So grandparents po ang nagpalaki. I think madaming nakaka-relate, no? Na lumaki sa mga lolo at lola. Na basically they survive with the meager resources. Ano po yung resources ng mga lolo at lola? definitely yung pension. So imagine niyo lang, no, magkano yung pension. And lahat kaming magpipinsan ay nakatira po sa bahay ng lola ko diyan somewhere in in Canyugan, Pasig. So paano nakapag-aral? Sa elementary naman po, libre ang pag-aaral. Tama po? So it's mandatory. Okay? Pero at a very early age, 7, 8 years old, natuto na po ako magtrabaho. Ayan, nagtitinda po, nagtitinda. So, ayan, pakinggan
Pamilya ako pamilya. As years passes by. Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and bravery, ha? To say that as years passes by. For today. This is my braveness for today. As the years,
Ayan, thank you. So ano po yung tinitinda? Just like everybody else na nasa sideline, ano po, ang tinitinda ko po ay banana Q, kamote Q, gulaman at sago. Ayan, at age 7, age 8. So, imagine niyo po how much ang kita? 10 centavos per item. So, centavos po, yung mga tinatapon na barya dyan sa tabi ito din nakikita niyo sa kalsada. And eventually, nagkaroon ng tindahan ng nanay ko. So, nagtitinda, nananahe at the same time, pag free time, and then pumapasok sa school. Okay? So, marami po tayong mga ganyang klase ng estudyante. At marami po tayong natututunan from those hurdles in life. Now, the question is, when I came college, high school, magka-college, wala pong nagtatanong. Dahil nga mahirap lang, walang idea kung magka-college ka ba, saan ka mag-aaral, anong kurso ang gusto mo. Wala pong ganun na question. But then, gusto ko pong magtapos. So, what happened? So, first problem, paano po ako magka-college? So, sabi natin, dahil may gusto, may paraan. So, ano yung paraan? Naghanap po ng scholarship. And luckily, I was able to find one and pass one. Ang gusto ko po nun, engineering. Saan po ang school? Sa Maynila. So, granting pumasok ako sa Maynila, meron pong question na naiwan. Paano ko mailulusot ang 4 years or 5 years sa college? At nung panahon namin, traffic na rin po. So, from Pasig to Manila, mahaba ang oras. At kung makapasok man ako sa school, ang next problem ko, saan ako kukuha ng pamasahe? Or kung may pamasahe naman, paano yung projects, paano yung pangkain, at paano pa yung finances. So hangin po ako doon. But then I got a scholarship. Alam nyo, God willing, isang araw may dumating pong angel. She's a friend of mine. Dumating lang siya in passing. Anong sabi niya? Dumaan siya sa bahay namin. Sabi ko, "Uy, Beshi, saan ka pupunta?" Sabi niya, "Diyan sa school, magsasubmit ako ng card. Mag-a-apply akong scholarship." Sabi ko, "Ay talaga? Pwedeng sumama?" Sabi niya, "Oo naman." So, I got my grade, I changed clothes, and then we went to the school. Diyan din lang po yan, sa may Kanyugan na eskwelahan, at alam niyo yan. So, she handed her card, I handed my card. Tapos, walang usap-usap, walang tanong. Pinag-enroll po kami. Kung kayo yung nasa katayuan ko, imagine niyo, ano kaya ang mga pumapasok sa isip ko? Or ano kaya ang mga papasok sa isip nyo? Ano yung mga itatanong nyo? Meron ba? Ako, wala akong tinanong. Basta nag-enroll kami to find out later on na ang course pala namin ay education. Magrereklamo pa ba ako? Definitely not. Kasi it's already an opportunity for me to enroll in a college and finish with a college degree. So, wala siyang buts, walang ifs, walang grade requirement, wala akong binayad kahit 5 for the 4 years na nag-college ako, pumapasok lang araw-araw. Okay? Was able to finish college, supposedly with flying colors, kaya lang, engot lang. Ang sabi kasi sa akin ng registrar, hindi ka nag-apply. So, sa mga running for honors, take note, mind you, inform nyo po na mag-a-apply kayo for honor if ever you're running for honor. Mag-inquire po, magtanong. Okay? So after that, I was able to work in different companies. So from Arellano University to SM to a private institution to Bosco to STI, Arellano ulit, and then eventually Pasig Catholic College. And I've been to Pasig Catholic College for 15 years now, running 15 years, handling two positions actually, yung guidance nga initially and then the OSA coordinatorship. And at this time, I am also, sabi nga, entrepreneur, yan, trying hard business owner. So e-learning business, health, advocacies, at saka travel and tours. Yan. Yan ang mga klaseng engagement sa business. So how did I do it? From an ordinary individual na walang chance makapagtapos ng kolehiyo, eventually, ano ang puhunan? Tiyaga, panalangin, tiwala, at saka hard work. So how did I make it? Yan po ang pag-uusapan natin ngayong araw na ito. Paano tayo makadevelop ng Achiever's mindset and habits for us to be able to inhibit in ourselves the power of excellence. Okay, so ready na bang makinig? Handa na ba kayong malaman ng sikreto? Handang-handa na kayo. Kitang-kita ko sa reaction nyo. Ready na. Okay. So, first slide, after 1 hour. So, tingnan muna natin yung mga big words, ha? Okay, slide number 1, please. Okay, meron tayong tatlong big words. No, sabi natin dyan, mindset, habits, and excellence. So, being a physician, being a person of character and competence, unang-una muna sa atin definitely is character. And we are being honed for developing the PCCN kind of character for the entire academic journey in Pasig Catholic College. And excellence rooted from competence. So you are being trained to become competent in the different areas of your specialization and come out to be excellent graduates or alumni of Pasig Catholic College. At this point in time, minsan, tingin natin sa performance natin, wala lang. Hindi masyadong nag-excel. But when PCC goes out in the open at nag-perform na sa labas in the business world, actually lumulutang po sila. Doon nakikita yung klase ng training na ibinigay, idinikdik ng PCC habang nandito kayo sa kolehiyo. At paglabas nyo sa inyong mga trabaho, ang feedback po ng ating mga industry partners ay magaganda po ang output, magaganda po ang performance ng graduate ng Pasig Catholic College. So with that, congratulations. Yan, no? So kahit minimal lang ang performance natin, but the training that you got from PCC actually makes you really a true PCCian. Okay, so that is excellence. Nakalagay dyan, mindset is powerful. So ano ba yung mindset? From the term itself, mind and set, kung ano yung nilagay mo sa kokote mo, sa isip mo, actually that becomes you. Now, your mindset eventually becomes a habit. Now, when we say habit, another big word, that is something that you do on a regular basis. You do it religiously. You do it every now and then, and it becomes second nature, and it becomes natural to you. So, mindset and habit work back to back. Okay? So, whatever you put your mind into, it becomes a habit, eventually, it becomes you. So the question is, ano-ano ba yung mga nilalagay mo sa sarili mo? Ano-ano ba yung mga iniisip mo at sinisiksik mo sa kukote mo? Say for example, nagkamali ka. What usually do you tell yourself? Tak ako talaga, buisip talaga, stupid. So if you continuously utter those negative words, it becomes part of you. Now your system admits na you're stupid, diba? You're stupid, you're tanga, you're a loser, etc., etc. If you put negative thoughts in your mind, pwede naman, bakit hindi natin palitan? Gawin natin positive thoughts ang ipasok natin sa sarili natin, sa kokote natin. Eventually, yung positive thoughts would reveal positive behavior and eventually come out a positive personality. Pwede ba yun? Sa palagay nyo? Pwede, diba? So, mind shift lang yan. Mindset lang yan. Okay? So, you behave based on what you believe. So, ano ba yung pinaniniwalaan mo? Ikaw ba ay naniniwala na ikaw ay loser? O ikaw ba ay naniniwala sa sarili mo na ikaw ay winner? So, it's all up to you. Alright? So, next slide po. Ayan. Your present is a result of your mindset and habit in the past. So, ibig sabihin, sa psychology nga, sabi nila, you are a product of your personality is a product of your past, present, and future. Kung ano ang inilalagay mo sa sarili mo previously, yun yung nagiging ikaw. At kung ano yung inilalagay mo sa isip mo, sa puso mo ngayon, yun yung magiging ikaw sa mga susunod na pagkakataon. Okay, so, isipin natin, reflect. Ano ba ang mga pinapasok natin sa ating isipan? Ayan. Papaano ba tayo mag-isip? So, kung hindi maganda ang mga iniisip natin or negative thoughts ang ipinapasok natin sa mind natin, previously, this day, going back to the infinite days of your life, younger years mo, pero sabi dyan, pwede naman, diba, na kung ano yung ilagay mo sa isip mo ngayon, yun yung magiging produkto at magiging ikaw in the future, pwede pa ba nating baguhin ang ating mindset? Pwede pa ba nating i-change ang ating personality? Pwede pa ba nating i-change yung thinking natin in terms of loser, winner, or mindset ng isang achiever? Pwede, di ba? All you have to do is make a decision and then follow through. Okay, so kung ano yung iniisip mo ngayon, ikaw ay magiging ganyan bukas. Kung ano yung iniisip mo previously, yung ikaw na sa kasalukuyan. Pero, pwede pang palitan. Okay, next slide po. Ay, natulog na. Ayan, so, nasusulat sa Biblia, ayan, meron tayong Bible quote na evidence. Sabi diyan, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Okay? So it goes without saying that whatever you think, you become. Sabi nga sa isang famous na commercial, what your mind can conceive, your body can achieve. So para lang yung sinasabi mo, ay magkakasakit ako sa Biyernes. Diba? So, bakit ka nagkasakit sa Biyernes? Kasi sinabi mo sa sarili mo, magkakasakit ka eh. Kasi teacher mo si wag na nating banggitin ang pangalan. Okay? So, kung ano yung sinasabi mo sa sarili mo, nagiging parang self-fulfilling prophecy. So, kung ano yung prophecy mo, positive ba yan or negative yan, sa'yo lang din ang gagaling yon. Okay, so kung anong ipinasok sa isip, yun yung magiging ikaw. Alright, that's how powerful our mind is. Next slide, please. And when you focus your attention more on your dreams and your goals, less on the opinions of others. So what happens? Usually, when we do something and that something is preventing us to achieving what our goal, minsan kasi we focus our attention more on what other people would say. Diba? Alam nyo naman na kaya nyo eh. Minsan nga kahit sa recitation, diba? Alam mo yung sagot. Confident ka na. Alam mo sa sarili mo yung sagot. Pero ayaw mong sumagot. Bakit? Ay, kasi baka magkamali eh. Pag ay, baka kasi pagtawanan ako eh. Diba? Pero, pagka narinig mo na, ay, sabi ko na nga ba, tama ako eh. Diba? Okay? So, what do you achieve? Wala lang. Pero kung sinabi mo, diba, it adds more on your confidence. You tried. Even if you fail, what's important is you try. It doesn't matter what other people say. What's important is what you say sa sarili mo. Okay? Kasi alam mo naman na tama yun eh. Okay? Pero at the back of our mind, we also give much consideration with what other people are going to say sa atin. Ano naman ang pakialam nila sa iyo? Diba? Yung importante, tama yung ginagawa mo or tama yung, alam mong tama kung ano man yung dapat mong gawin ay yung ginagawa mo. Okay? Next slide po. Ayan. Do not conform to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of the mind. Ayan. Minsan, diba, we tend to change. Ayan. Change our behavior, change our personality to fit in. Diba? Kasi kailangan mag-jive ako dun sa mga friends. Kailangan makapenetrate ako dun sa group. Kailangan kong maki-gel sa mga tropa pics ko. Kahit minsan, hindi ikaw yon or hindi mo gusto yung mga bagay na ginagawa nila. But then, you change, you adapt, because you have to, because of your goals and because of your objective. Okay, but then, sabi nga dyan, di ba, you don't have to prove, you don't have to conform, kasi you are already perfect in what or who you are. Why? Because basically, all of us, we are created in the likeness and image of God. Tama ba? And God is perfect. And since we are created in the image and likeness of God, yan, we are already perfect in ourselves. Okay? We are created with a great purpose. Ano yung purpose? Yun yung dapat nating malaman. Ano ba ang purpose? Bakit tayo kinreate dito sa mundo? Okay? Kinreate tayo para lahat ng potential na meron tayo ay mailabas natin, ma-share natin sa iba. Okay? So ano yung potential na meron tayo? I-reflect natin yan later on. We have to discover what we are capable of. Alright? So ano-ano ba yung mga capabilities natin? We'll discuss it later. Alright, next one. Ayan. So sabi dyan, the mind is everything. Okay. So, ganyan ka-powerful yung mind, ano? What you think, you become. So, hindi po sa akin galing yan. Pinakikita lang natin ang mga principles ng mga eksperto, no, na nabuhay na nauna sa atin. So, sabi ni Buddha, whatever you put your mind into, ayan, you become. So, kung ano inisip mo, yun yung magiging ikaw. Okay, next slide please. Okay. Sabi dyan, it takes a mindset of an achiever to become successful. So, kung gusto mo maging achiever, ang nakalagay dyan, you have this mindset, but it has to be intentional. Ibig sabihin, if you want to become an achiever, you have to have an intention to become an achiever. Now, the question is, sagutin mo. Yan. Gusto mo bang maging achiever? So if your answer is yes, you have to intentionally want to become an achiever. If you will be asking, we have 72. Tama ba? Yeah. 72 nga ba? Hindi pala, 62. Yan. 62 scholars who were given the recognition and were presented in the social media posting sa FB page natin. These are actually scholar applicants. Okay? They have submitted, intentionally applied for the scholarship grants. Actually, dalawa lang sila, supposedly, ang academic and dean's lister. So kung tatanungin mo sila, bakit sila naging scholar? Bakit sila naging achievers for this particular semester? For the longest time, 4th year at that, they've been scholars since 1st year. So, sa tingin nyo, yun bang pagiging scholar nila random lang? Or it's just happened? Parang, I woke up like this, I'm so damn good. Siguro hindi naman, diba? There is actually an intention, a goal that they would really want to keep their scholarship grant. Basically, one, it's with tuition, miscellaneous fee discounts. 2, probably they have a plan of becoming one of the graduates with honors. It depends. But what's important, what's common is that they really intend to be. There is an intention to become and keep the scholarship grants. So for those students, actually there were already some who asked, bakit po scholars lang? Hindi po ba pwedeng hindi scholar sumama dun sa Achievers? Ayan. So actually, it was already requested. It was already proposed. But then it takes some time. We have to create guidelines for that. Medyo mahabang proseso, but coming next semester, so we will include with the proposal that we have. So again, if you want to become part of the Achievers, academic achievers at that, it has to be intentional. So make it your goal, short-term goal, semestral goal. Okay, para ma-post yung picture, ma-post yung iyong academic achievement. Okay, so moving on. So what are the different mindset? So there are nine rules on how you'll be able to achieve the habits of an academic achiever or an achiever's mindset. So let's discuss them one by one. All right. So first one. Next slide, please. Ayan. So sabi dyan, aim from the win and not for the win. So ano bang pagkakaiba, Miss? Pareho lang yon. Aim from the win and not for the win. We often heard yung aim for the win, di ba? Aim for the win. But this time, this is something better. I hope this motivates you. Kasi it did motivate me. Aim from the win, ibig sabihin, from the win. Ibig sabihin, ngayon pa lang, consider yourself a winner. Okay? Kasi winner ka na bakit? Anong reason bakit winner ka na? Consider yourself lucky. One, even before conception, the fact na pinanganak ka dito, winner ka na, diba? Of the billions of cells na nag-compete para makabuo ng ikaw. Dahil ang cell mo ang nakarating doon sa finish line. Yan. So naging tao ka. Panalo ka na, diba? So dagdagan pa natin dahil winner ka, nabuo ka, naging tao ka. Okay? Sabi sa Biblia, ikaw, ako, tayong lahat ay ipinanganak galing sa image and likeness of God. So, God-like. Diba? We are given dominion over dito sa earth. Okay? Keepers tayo ng lahat ng living things. Ano pa? Nasa kolehiyo ka. Nakakapag-aral ka. Tapos nasa PCC ka pa. O, di ba? Panalo ka na. Okay? Ibig sabihin, the fact na you were sent here for college and you know that your parents are actually sacrificing a certain amount of their earning to send you to college in a good institution like Pasig Catholic College, sobrang winner ka na. Diba? So, napakalaking ipagpasalamat. Okay? So, you deserve a tap on the shoulder. Okay? Sabihin sa sarili, napakaswerte ko. Winner talaga ako. Diba? Okay, so pause for a moment, tap your shoulders. Winner ka, ang galing mo. Kasi nakapasok ka sa Pasig Catholic College. Maraming gustong pumasok sa PCC. Alam na alam niyan. But then you were some of those who wish to enroll in a Catholic institution like Pasig Catholic College. Okay, so anong difference? Champion and challengers. Sabi natin kanina, winner ka na so you're considered a champion, ano? Anong difference ng champion at challengers? Sabi dyan, the difference is that there is a momentum. Ano yung momentum? A moment with an ohm. Ano yung ohm? Unlimited motivation. Ibig sabihin, motivation comes from within you. Okay? Madapa ka man, it's okay. Magkamali ka man, it's okay. At the end of the day, you pick yourself up and then you move on. Tama ba? It's natural sa tao magkamali. Sorry na, tao lang, di ba? But then, magkamali ka sa isang bagay, is acceptable. Magkamali ka, the same bagay, may problema ka doon. Magkamali ka ulit, the same bagay, the same mistake over and over again, that's a different story. May sakit ka na nun. Diba? But then, you made a mistake, yes. It's normal, it's natural. Learn as you go. So if you had committed mistakes, accept. Okay? Accept the consequence. Learn from it and then move on. Okay? So unlimited motivation. Okay? Mag-isip na ikaw ay winner na. Ibig sabihin, pag winner ka na, you are already tawag doon, confident. Yan. You're confident enough that you could actually take on whatever challenge there is. Parang si Pac-Man lang yan, di ba? So, alin ang mas hirap, alin ang mas pagod? Siyempre, yung challengers. Di ba? Pagka champion, mayabang ka na. Alam mo, panalo ka nang wala eh. Ito lang eh. Di ba? So, kailangan mo ng momentum. Moment na merong unlimited motivation. Alright? So, next slide po. Ayan. So, who is more experienced? Definitely the champion. Who is more pressured? Definitely the champion. And who is more unstoppable? Definitely the champion. Okay. So, tayo yun. Unstoppable. Feeling unstoppable. Okay. Next slide po. Ayan, sabi dyan, talent wins games, teamwork and intelligence wins championship. Okay. Lahat po tayo, we are given talents and skills. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, individual differences, meron po tayong kanya-kanyang kakayahan. Okay? So, find out what your strengths and your weaknesses are, capitalize, and then learn how to work with other people, so that you'll be able to achieve more. Okay? So you will be able to achieve your goal faster and easier. Okay? Merong mga tao na loner, they can actually work better for themselves or with themselves. And there are actually people who are team players. But at the end of the day, if you're going to work, go outside the business world and practice your profession, you must know how to work well with other people. Because at the end of the day, you will be achieving a similar goal. So ano yung goal? Kung ano yung goal or kung ano yung objective nyo at the end of the day. Okay? So learn to work with teams. Next slide, please. Ayan. So, lesson 2. So, second rule, you have to count the cost and be willing to pay the price. Ibig sabihin, ano ba yung goal mo? Okay, so whatever your goal is, you have to work from there, identify what needs to be done. Okay, ano ba ang effort na dapat mong i-expel? Sorry. Ayan. Ano ba ang dapat na effort? Okay, it's just like a project. So you have a deadline, and then from the deadline, you work backwards. And then you have to identify whatever is necessary for you to fill out or accomplish that specific project. So ano yung goal mo, ano dapat gawin, at ano yung dapat mong ibigay. If you want to be an achiever, you have to exceed expectation and do your best. Okay? So for which of you desiring to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost? Okay? So you have to plan. Kailangan po, ilalatag mo yan. Kaya nga po tinuruan tayo ng time management, tinuruan tayo ng goal setting. So identify what needs to be done, go to that direction, and then pay the price. Ano yung pay the price? You really have to work hard for it. So kung ayaw mo namang mag-work hard on your own, sabi nga kanina, work with teams. Okay? Learn to work with teams. You can actually delegate. You can actually ask a hand. Okay? Especially with projects. Common goal. Alright, next slide po. May tanong po? Wala naman? Ayan. Lesson number 3. Sabi dyan, you have to have vision, you have to have mission, and you have to have values. You have to have clarity in vision, consistency in mission, and credibility in values. Sige. Next slide po. Discuss natin isa-isa ha. Next slide po. Alright. Sabi kanina, you have to have vision. Ano ba yung vision? Vision is actually your long-term goal. Long-term goal. Ayan, long-term goal. So, ano yung end point mo? So, how are you going to get to your long-term goal? Okay? You have to have a mission statement. Ano yung mission statement? That would help you achieve kung ano yung long-term goal mo. So, ano yung mission? It has to be clearer. So, your goal has to be clear. It has to be smart. So, alam naman natin yung meaning ng smart, di ba? Okay, a clearer goal, a smarter goal actually would enable you to achieve that goal and towards your end goal faster. Mas mabilis po pag mas malinaw yung goals in life. Okay, if you have that goal in life, you have to be consistent. Pag sinabi natin consistent, nakafocus ka talaga doon, no? Hindi yun mawawala. Eye on the prize. Eyes on the prize. Okay? And your consistent goal, consistency in achieving your goal, you will be prominent, outstanding. Kasi you keep track of your little achievement and every little effort is geared towards achieving that long-term goal. But then, don't forget, you have to be credible. Ibig sabihin, dahil consistent ka, you walk the talk. So, you take into consideration your values in life. Ano ba mahalaga sa'yo? Buhay, pera, family, o greener pasture? It's all up to you. Okay? But it has to be consistent. Okay? Kasi pag inconsistent, nawawala yung value. Nagkakaroon ng double standard. Nagkakaroon ng mixed signals. So, lumalabas, hindi authentic. Okay? Facade lang siya. So, ulitin ko, you have to have clear vision, clear goals for you to be able to achieve it faster, but it has to be consistent. Your actions, everything is to be consistent with achieving your goal, and there has to be credibility. Okay? So, may tanong tayo doon. If wala, move on to the next slide. Okay. So, lesson number 4, sabi dyan, getting the most out of life is giving life your most. So, for you to be able to achieve most in life, you also have to give the most out of you. Okay? Buwis buhay. Yan, buwis buhay na effort, ibig sabihin. Give it your best shot. Hindi yung wala lang effort, bahala na si Batman. And then you have to increase the must in your life. Ano ba yung must? Ibig sabihin, pag sinabing must, kailangan. Hindi yung pwede na. Diba? Sa buhay kasi marami tayong wants. Yan. Pero yung wants ba natin, yun ba ay must? Diba? Gusto kong mag-party. Yan. Pero pwede ka namang mabuhay ng walang party. Gusto kong travel goals. At the moment, pwede bang travel goals? Hindi pa pwede. Pwede ba siyang mawala muna? Pwede naman. So, ano ba yung must na hindi pwedeng mawala sa buhay mo? Hindi pwedeng hindi ka mag-aral kasi hindi ka matututo. Hindi ka pwedeng hindi mag-submit ng requirements tapos isisisi mo sa iba. Eh kasi po, wala pong connection eh. Okay? Maraming paraan. Diba? Okay? So sabi dyan, if you truly want to change your life, first you must change your mind. Okay? So ano ba gusto mong mayari sa buhay mo? So, Kung ano yung gusto mong mangyari sa buhay mo, tanongin mo yung sarili mo, eto ba ang direksyon na pinupuntahan ko? Okay, kung hindi pa tungo doon ng direksyon, isipin mo. Okay, ano ba yung ginagawa ko para ma-achieve to? So kung hindi siya consistent, so pag-isipan mo, gusto mo bang baguhin, ma-achieve yon o mapunta ka sa wala lang, long and winding road leading you to nowhere. Okay, so first, change your mind. If you want to become an achiever, first, intend to become an achiever. So how do you do that? It has to be intentional. Count the cost and pay the price. Okay? If you put your mind and your heart to it, ayan, you become limitless. Sabi dyan, the only limitation that you have in your life is your own mind. You only set your limitation. Actually, you can become limitless nga eh. Kilala niyo si Ratatouille, di ba? Yan, yung daga. Yan sa cartoons. Imagine niyo gusto niyang maging chef. Sa totoong buhay, hindi pwede maging chef yung daga. But we were shown actually that once you put your heart and mind into it, everything is possible. Do not limit yourself because you are created with greater purpose. Ibig sabihin, you can do anything you want. All you have to do is intend. Okay, you have to be intentional. Okay, so do not put limits to yourself. You could do so much. You could do greater things. All right, next po. Ayan, so lesson number 5. Sabi dyan, there are only 2 options in life. Ayan, make progress or make excuses. Okay, so isipin mo, nasan ka dyan? Make progress or make excuses. Sabi niyan, if you want to do something, ay nawala. Layo ah. Yan, if you want to do something in life, dalawa lang ang option mo. Okay? Do it or make an excuse. So, ang tanong, bakit ka INC? Kasi po hindi po ako nakakompleto eh. So, bakit ka hindi nakakompleto? Kasi po, sisihin po natin sa internet connection. After 1 semester, internet connection. Granting, yes, may internet connection. Pero there are also a lot of possible ways na pwede tayong makapag-comply. Okay? Share ko lang, in one of our scholars interview, natuwa lang ako. So there was one student who's doing thesis writing right now. Share ko lang ha, kilala mo na kung sino ka, pero natuwa lang talaga ako sa kwento mo. So thesis writing, sabi ko, paano ka nagsusulat? Ano ang gadget na ginagamit? So he's just using a cellphone. Pumasok sa klase, cellphone lang. Tapos load lang din. So marami sa inyo nakaka-relate dyan, no? So magkano yung load? 100 in a day kulang, 200 in a day kulang. Paano ka ako nagsusulat? Miss, sinusulat ko sa kamay yung mga notes for thesis. Kailangang i-encode. Diba? After ko pong magsulat ng draft, tinatype ko sa cellphone. Imagine mo yan ha, na-inspire ako doon. So after niya mag-type sa cellphone, pagka meron ng libre na laptop, pagtapos na lahat ng gumagamit ng laptop, nakikihiram ng laptop or nakikisaksak somewhere. And then saka lang mag-e-encode. But he was able to finish yung thesis 1. So imagine, so tanungin niyo ulit ang sarili mo. Okay, tanungin niyo yung sarili niyo. Make progress or make excuses. So ano yung reason preventing you from achieving your goal? Even it's a baby step, kahit yan an inch, it's very, very important because it's already a progress. It's already making you a step forward to achieving your goal. Kahit malayo pa yung goal mo, still that small progress is still a progress. Rather than making it just, kasi po, wala po akong gadget eh. Kasi po, wala kaming internet eh. Kasi po, hindi po natatapos yung kasi po. Ulitin natin, if you want to achieve something, you have to do something about it. Okay? Your little effort, it has to be clear. Everything has to be consistent. It has to be geared towards achieving that particular end goal in life. So who's gonna do that? It's all you. Okay? If you make excuses, it will lead you nowhere. But if you want to achieve that something, make progress. It doesn't matter how big, how small, as long as you're making progress, inching, little by little, eventually you will get there. Ikaw lang din yon, kakompetensya mo lang din ang sarili mo. Malinaw? Alright, next slide po. Ayan, move. Sabi dyan, dreams way more than excuses. If you really want to achieve that dream of yours, that goal of yours, it has to be bigger than your excuse. It has to push you moving forward. Success occurs when your dreams get bigger than your excuses. Okay, enough of the excuses. Kasi kung gusto, may paraan. Di ba po? Kung ayaw, maraming dahilan. Okay? Nakakatakas nga kayo pag gusto nyong gumala, di ba? So, pwede nyong gawa ng paraan. So, again, be intentional. Okay, last number 6, konting-konti na lang. You have to learn and value life skills. Ano yung life skills? If you learn life skills, life will value you. So, isa-isahin natin yung life skills na yan. Okay, go to the next, please. L stands for, so yung L dun sa life skills ay leadership skills. Okay? Pag kayo po lumabas na sa PCC, one of the employability skills needed by companies is actually leadership skills. Okay? Actually, lahat yan. I is interpersonal skills, F is financial skills, and E is entrepreneurial skills. Ano yung leadership? Familiar tayo dyan, di ba? We're giving you seminars every now and then when it comes to leadership skills. Interpersonal is our ability to interact with other people, no? So, doing teamwork is part of it. Financial skills is how you handle money. Okay, ano ba ang thinking natin sa pera? Okay, pag sinabi nating pera or pag nakatanggap tayo ng pera, what is the first thing that comes in our mind? Pag nagka-pera, ay, bibili ako ng latest gadget, gano'n, ay, gagastusin ko siya, bibili ako ng damit, ng bagong makeup, something like that. So, kung ang tingin mo sa pera ay panggastos, ibig sabihin, ang pera mo talaga panggastos, mauubos yan. Tama? Pero kung ang pera, iniisip mo, is something na pagmumulan uli ng additional na pera, actually, it could grow, earn more money, you invest it in something that would make it earn extra income. At pag may earn extra income, then spend it somewhere else. Diba? Pero tayo, laging problema na, ay, pag pera, bibili ko ng ganito. Ay, pagkakuha ko ng pamasko ko, ito. Pero pwede mo rin siyang i-invest, di ba? Okay, so that's depending on how you see or how you define money, okay, or your finances. And entrepreneurial skills is yung second part, no? So, papaano ka kumita, lalo na ngayong panahon ng pandemya. So, these are life lessons na kailangan nating matutunan. At yan po ay itinuturo din naman dito sa loob ng eskwelahan. Alright. So, value life skills that you have to learn and eventually life will value you. Okay? So next slide please. Buhay pa ba kayo? Are you still listening to me? May natututunan po kayo? Ay, nako, nakamute pala kayo lahat. Alright. So, how do we learn the different life skills? So, ngayon natin siya na ano, no? Kumbaga ngayon lang natin siya na discuss the different life skills, but then matututunan nyo kasi siya dahil dito sa tinatawag nating stages of learning, no? So, ano-ano ba yung stages of learning? So, one, sabi dyan, the first stage of learning is unconscious competent. So, as a learner, pag sinabi nating unconscious, we're not aware of that, no? So, we do not know yet fully yung different life skills. So, that makes us incompetent dahil hindi natin siya alam. At dahil na i-discuss na siya, so we move on to the next. Ano yung next? Next level of learning is conscious incompetent. You have already the concept, pero you don't know how to apply it yet because you just learned about it. Eventually, if you put it into practice, you become conscious. Ay, ito pala yun. Ito pala yung tinatawag na leadership skills. And you practice, eventually you become competent. And if you practice it more over and over again, it becomes a habit. You become, and you reach the fourth level of learning, which is unconscious competent. It's just like taking a bath or basically driving or riding a bicycle. Noong una, hindi ka marunong. Takot ka kasi natutumba ka. Eventually, nag-practice ka, nag-bike. Diba? And ngayon, kahit nakapikit ka, kahit look, no hand, nakakapag-bisikleta ka na. So, those are the different steps of the learning stages. So, how do we utilize it? You earn the knowledge, you gain understanding, eventually you learn the wisdom. So, how do you get the most out of it? You have to maximize. Ano yung maximize? Yung life skills, gamitin mo. Kasi, kailangan mo yan eh. At pag lumabas ka sa PCC, yun at yun din yun. Hahanapin sa iyo ng mga employers because these are what we call life skills. And these are employability skills as well. Okay? Now you know. So eventually, you will move on to the next higher stages of learning. Alright. So, next po. Ayan. Dahil marunong ka na, dahil natuto ka na, sabi dyan, raise your standards. Ask for more. Okay? Learning is an endless process. Diba? Huwag kang makumpante sa kung ano lang yung meron ka. You have to really invest in learning. Kaya nga yung iba, after college, they still do MA and they elevate to a doctoral degree. Others, to enrich their skills, they enroll into certification. Okay, they attend trainings. And even teachers, even doctors, we are actually required to attend pa CPD. Kailangan kasi we have to keep abreast with the changing times and keep harnessing knowledge so that we can actually keep at pace with the developing and changing times. So ganun din, even if sa school, even if sa work, even sa labas, you keep yourself updated. Okay, ask for more. Learn as many as possible. Huwag niyong tatanggihan ng opportunity because opportunity knocks only once. You might never get a chance to have second chance at life ng the same opportunity. Okay? Para ma-elevate yung standards mo, learn to accept new challenges. Okay? Don't be afraid to try something new. Ang laging question natin, what if I fail? It's okay to fail. Basta you learn. And then you move forward. Because in every encounter, it's a learning experience. Ito favorite ko sa lahat. Lesson number 8, sabi dyan, do not learn how to react. Learn to respond. So anong difference dun sa reaction at sa response? Sinabi, okay class, meron tayong quiz. Sa lesson, quiz na naman? Hindi naman tinuro, may quiz na naman. That's a reaction, di ba? So how do you respond? A person who responds is a natural, mature reaction, di ba? So pag may pinagawa, there is always a reason behind. Ang dami-daming activity ng PCC. Bakit may activity? Because it actually is created, activities these are created for you to be developed holistically. all of these activities like this one actually adds up to your knowledge, elevates you on the next higher level, elevates you to the next higher level. So how do we respond? We respond maturely. Okay? Alamin mag-comply bago mag-react. Pwedeng magtanong. Okay? So responsibility is our ability to respond, ability to make choices, and accept consequences. So whether you react, whether you respond, at the end of the day, there are consequences. Sabi natin, achiever's mindset, intentional, nag-aral ng mabuti, nag-count ng cost, and then eye on the prize. At the end of the day, ano naging result? Andun, nakapost yung pagbumukha nila dun. Diba? Achievers. Okay? So, next slide, please. Wait. All right. Sorry. So, we have to respond maturely, no? So, sabi dyan, no blames, no complaints, no justifications. Ibig sabihin, bakit ka hindi nakapagpasa ng, kasi mayroong mga nahuli, no? Dun sa Achievers, may mga nahuli na running for scholars, pero hindi nakapagpasa ng grades. Now, why? One, merong challenge sa grade. Now, ang tanong, bakit hindi na isubmit? Miss kasi may problema pa sa prof. Hindi nakapagbigay ng grades. But when was the grade released? So, alam mo naman na may deadline. So, sana you have worked before the deadline. Miss, hindi nakikipag-coordinate teacher. So, tumigil na tayo doon. Anong pwedeng gawin? So, if your plan A fails, you also have to have plan B, plan C, plan C. Huwag mong tatanggapin na dito na lang titigil yun. If you really want something, so go around. Hanap ng alternative solution. Huwag nating i-blame si teacher kasi hindi nakikipag-communicate. Okay? Hanap ng iba pang paraan. Kausapin si program head. Kausapin si dean's office. Miss, lahat ng yun, hindi po nakipag-coordinate, nakipag-cooperate. Saan pa pwedeng hingi ng tulong? Find really other alternative solutions, but stop the blaming. Do not complain. Kasi it's your responsibility. Okay? If you really want something to be achieved, you really have to do it by yourself. Okay? First and foremost. Okay? So pag hindi na kaya, then ask for help. Or pwede namang humingi na ng help, but then do not stop there. Stop ka lang pag na-achieve mo na yung goal mo. Kasi pag tinigilan mo, so hindi siya matatapos, hindi mo siya makukuha. Okay? So at the end of the day, you have to accept the responsibility of your action. Ano yun? Wala nag-fail hindi mo siya na-achieve. So anong cause? Ano yung consequence? Wala si scholarship. So sayang. Sayang, di ba? Sabi nga natin, opportunity knocks only once. So nawala na si scholarship grant. Alright? The last one. Sabi dyan, self-knowledge is the beginning of self-improvement. Okay. So you really have to know who you are. If there's one person in this universe who knows you better, it's you. Diba? You know your strength, you know your weaknesses. So kung alam mong weakness mo siya, what are you going to do? Diba? Improve on your weakness. You know your strength. Capitalize on that strength because that could lead you somewhere. So kung mahina ka, i-improve mo yon so that eventually, pag in-improve mo yung strength mo, it could become, yung weakness mo rather, it could become your strength in the long run. So kung nahihirapan kang makipag-communicate, like talking in front of in front of people, practice speaking in public. You are being trained for that because you do reporting sa classroom. Di ba? So, know who you really are. Ano bang purpose mo sa buhay? Do you know where your direction is heading? Do you know where you want to go? Alam mo ba kung anong gusto mo sa buhay? You have to know that. Sabi nga natin, the clearer your direction, the faster you can get there. Because knowing who you are can give you a significant edge. Diba? So kung mahina ka sa ganito, aralin mo, palakasin mo siya para magamit mo siya in the future, maging strength mo. Actually, pwede mo siya. Kasi skill yan eh. When we say skill, it can be trained, it can be developed. Okay? So, wala tayong tanong doon. That's lesson number 9. Okay? So, know who you really are. Alright. So, babalikan natin ulit ha. Sabi natin, we are created winners already. Yan. So, sabihin mo sa sarili mo, sabi natin, what we feed our mind, we become. Yan. So, we change our mantra into something positive. So, kung ang palagi mong sinasabi sa sarili mo ay negative, palitan mo na siya. So, at the end of the day, instead of telling yourself, I'm stupid, tell yourself, I am great. Yan. I am awesome. I love myself. Diba? Pagharap mo sa salamin, yan, bukas ng umaga or mamayang gabi, sabi, ay, naku, ganda-ganda ko talaga. Ang galing-galing ko. My goodness gracious. Congratulations me. Congratulations for all the hard work you did last semester. And this semester, it's gonna be better. Diba? So, that is just changing the way you talk to yourself. Okay? So, next slide. Ayan. Reminder, sabi dyan, today, if anything is trying to hold you back, give no attention to it. Ayan. Get your hopes up, get your faith up, look up, and get ready to rise up. Okay. So, if somebody is pulling you down, normal yon, mga inggiters lang yan, deadmahin nyo yan. Wala naman yung magandang maidudulot sa inyo. Ang importante, you are on your way to success. Okay? Prove them wrong. If they are telling you na you will not be getting anywhere, that you will not succeed, prove them wrong. Okay? Keep asking and you will receive. Okay? You will receive whatever you ask for. Yan. Keep on seeking and you shall find. And keep on knocking and the door will be open to you. Yan po ay nasusulat sa Bible, sa Matthew 7. Ano? At yan po ay pangako sa atin ng ating lumikha. Ayan. So, whatever you want, just ask. Okay? Make sure lang na yung hinihingi nyo specific. Kasi minsan, we are given a blessing in disguise. Okay? Minsan, hindi, kung ano yung hinihingi mo, specifically ang ibinibigay. Because God knows better. So, He gives us something better in return for that. Okay? So, in summary, ito po yung 9 na mindset rules. Number 1, sabi dyan, aim from the win and not for the win. You are already a winner. So, ibig sabihin, dagdagan mo na lang ng konting effort. Confident ka na winner ka na, no? And keep on winning. C, count on the cost and pay the price. Alamin kung magkano, ano ang effort na dapat i-spend para ma-achieve yung goal mo. H, have clarity in mission, vision, consistency in mission, and credibility. So, the clearer the goal, the faster you achieve it. I is increase the mass. So, ano yung kailangan lang sa buhay ang dapat at huwag mong intindihin kung ano sasabihin ng iba. Either you make excuses or you make earnings or make excuses. So, achievement or excuses. Ayan, achievement or excuses. Little baby steps, it's okay. It's already an achievement, an accomplishment, rather than making excuses. Value the different life skills. So, leadership, interpersonal, financial, and entrepreneurial skills. Learn all these skills and life will value you in the end. Elevate your standards, keep learning for more, and you elevate your life. R is respond with responsibility, be mature enough and be responsible. And lastly, S is self-knowing or self-knowledge, and it will give you a significant edge. Know who you really are, what you're capable of, know your strengths and your weaknesses, improve on your weaknesses, and improve more on your strengths. Ayan, so that is all for the day. Hopefully you learned something from me, and hopefully my story has inspired you, and the stories of the achievers also motivate you to achieve more because you are created with greater purpose in life. So with that, thank you very much for listening, and God bless. Thank you.
Yan, wait lang po ah.
So, yan, we have been grateful and honored for the time given to us by our resource speaker for today's session. Thank you so much, Mrs. Dokot, for sharing your ideas and knowledge, for imparting us the power of being excellence in everything we do. So, sa mga na-discuss ni Mrs. Dokot, first of all, very inspiring yung story ni Miss kasi sobrang nakaka-relate ako sa naging journey niya. Of course, syempre, nagdaan din siya sa hirap kaya sobrang na-inspire ako kay Miss. So, kahit nagsimula tayo sa hirap, alam naman natin na kaya we really need scholarship kasi nga hindi natin afford yung tuition na yun. Pero dahil kagaya nga nung sinabi ni Mrs. Dokot, kung may gusto, may paraan. So lahat may paraan. Hindi natin pwedeng idahilan na ay mahirap lang ako, hindi ako makakatapos ng pag-aaral, which is wrong. Dapat i-motivate natin yung sarili natin, which is like sinabi nga ni Ms. Dokot, mindset is powerful. So kung ipapasok natin lahat ng positive or positive thoughts sa isip natin, of course, maa-attract din yung mga makakapag-attract din ito ng mga ng positive personality. So, magiging positive lahat. If share ko lang, no, meron kasi tayong mga, syempre, iba't ibang program yung nagiging classmate ko. So, meron akong mga naririnig na sinasabi lagi na, buti pa kayo. Which is hindi dapat ganun lagi yung sinasabi nila para sa sarili nila. Kasi all of us have their own capabilities or ability na wala rin sa amin. So, kailangan maniwala tayo kung ano yung kaya ng sarili natin. Kasi once na naniwala tayo sa sarili natin, of course, yung sarili mo mismo yung tutulong sa'yo. Kasi kapag puro negative yung nasa utak natin, talagang mapapanghinaan tayo ng loob. Kaya hindi tayo nagiging productive. So, sa seminar na to, marami po tayong natutunan and sana maging lessons or ma-apply natin ito bilang mga achievers and at lahat tayo magiging future achievers na isang simbolo na pagiging PCCian or presence of character and competence. So, with this, let us offer once more a virtual round of applause to Mrs. Dokot. So, this session is now open for questions. If you have anything that you would like to clarify or ask our speaker, please feel free to ask a question, and you may now turn on your microphone. So, sino po gustong magtanong or kung meron man po kayong hindi naintindihan, it is your chance to clarify.
Yes, may mga tanong ba, students?
May online recollection po, Miss.
Kung may online recollection, para sa recollection and retreat natin, mag-a-announce naman ang office, ha?
Meron ba retreat, Miss?
Ibe-verify lang natin muna sa CFO under kay Mrs. Messina. Yan. So
Miss,
may
kailan po kaya face-to-face?
regarding sa ating setup for the face-to-face for this STEM or for the coming school year,
Next sem.
as of today, wala pa siyang announcement or wala pa tayong announcement kasi syempre, we are still waiting sa ibibigay sa atin ng AITF, ng CHED. Yun. So, wait lang muna tayo sa announcement. Excited na ba kayo na magkita-kita tayo?
Yes!
Most especially,
Emi, sasoli yung t-shirt. Ang latest sa
oo, excited na din ako makita kayo, especially dun sa mga new and transferee students natin. Ayan, so in regards with the seminar natin, so may mga questions ba kayo? Siyempre, first of all, thank you Mrs. Dokot sa pag-accept na ikaw yung mag-talk na ating seminar about excellence. So, salamat po.
Welcome po.
Ayan. So, I think clear naman po sa lahat ng mga college students natin ang naging talk. At ayun, sana madami tayong natutunan. At kung ano yung mga na-discuss kanina ni Mrs. Dokot, i-apply natin siya ngayon. So, yung kaninang video presentation na nakita natin sa mga achievers natin, so hopefully, mas dumami or magdoble or kung kaya nga natin lahat ng estudyante natin, diba? Masasabi natin talagang a persons of excellence na talagang nandoon sa ating video. So, hopefully, this SEM, mas madaming estudyante pa yung talagang mapasama as achievers, ha? So, mas gagalingan natin for this SEM, okay? And then sa mga susunod pa na SEM and school year. Yan. So, may mga questions pa ba tayo?
Miss, nag-erase po ata si Paul dyan.
Yes, Paul.
Miss, yung question po, pinapatanong lang po sa akin regarding po sa pag-recognize po sa mga scholars po na pasok po sa academic achievers. Bakit daw po yung iba po mataas naman po yung average tapos hindi po sila scholar pero hindi po napasama sa academic achievers po? Pinapatanong lang po. Thank you po.
Okay, andyan si Miss Dokot para sumagot.
Oo, ganito yan, ano po. Actually, we requested, sipin nyo guys bakit kami nakapag-come up ng Achiever'S list? Basically, is because, one, scholars provided us with a copy of their grades and we have to double-check, verify with the registrar's office. So, nagkaroon lang kami ng copy noon dahil nga nag-apply sila for scholarship. Second is that we come up with an EVP presentation. We requested for each and every one of those who applied for a copy of their picture. Okay? So, one, ang ginawa namin kasi when the grades were released, we requested already a copy of your grades. Hinanghingi po kami, alam ni Miss Jeda yan, nag-request kami ng individual copies of your grades. Dalawang way po. One, we assigned it to your program heads.
Okay, how are you?
Opo. Tapos yun po ay supposedly clearance requirement para po sa enrollment. Miss Jeda, tama, no? Enrollment requirement. So, i-evaluatein po kasi iyon. We have to double check kasi usually ang binibigay niyo is screenshot eh. So, we requested also the same accomplishment, yung copy of grades sa registrar's office. But then, it's enrollment, so medyo hindi kami na-accommodate ng maaga. We were given the list of the ranking with GWA. Tapos na po namin kasi yung okay. So, dalawa po ang option natin. One, we submitted yung sa mga scholars with pictures at yung ginawa po na AVP. And 2, we requested na kung pwedeng gumawa ng panibago para dun sa mga hindi nakasama. Kasi nga, alam naman natin na maraming hindi nag-apply pero qualified. We already have the request and the average po. Nakaranking po yan. Kaya lang ganito po. Kailan po natin pwedeng i-release? Wala po kaming copy ng picture nyo. Hindi po kami nakagawa pa ng AVP. So what we did, all things being considered, it's already a proposal given to the Office of the Dean. Okay, without you asking for it. Kasama na po yan sa request po natin. But then, medyo mahabang proseso po. So what we are going to do sa susunod na semester po is we need your cooperation kasi hihingi po kami ng documents sa inyo. So we will be doing the guidelines for that and you have to provide us a copy of your grades in partner with the grades that we will be requesting din po para sa sa registrar's office. Kasi we have to validate eh. Alam niyo naman kasi pag galing sa bata, kayang-kaya niyong i-manipulate yan eh. So we have to still double check with the registrar's office. So yon. For the time being, pasensya na hindi nakasama yung iba. Actually, ang dami nyo. Natutuwa po kami sa achievement ng mga bata. Kaya lang, kumbaga, initial effort po, we started with the Achiever'S coming from the scholars because that's all the data we got. But sa susunod na semester po, when your program heads request you to submit a copy of your grades, cooperate naman kayo para maisama kayo kasi hindi po namin kayo pwedeng isama nang wala po kaming dokumentong hawak. Okay? So the document will be coming from you. We will be putting your name doon po sa list. Okay? So learning progress, but make sure na yung pong inyong request ay being considered. Kahit hindi pa po kayo nagre-request, nakaakyat na po yan sa opisina ng Dean. Alright? So congratulations po sa lahat ng Achievers. Pasensya na yung hindi mga nakasama, but eventually, work in progress, we will include that in the coming semesters. Thank you very much.
Thank you po.
Ayan. Okay. So, may mga questions pa ba tayo?
Wala na po, ma'am.
Ayan. So, clear naman sa lahat. Again, thank you po, Mrs. Locot. Salamat po. Okay. So with that, to end the program, okay, present ko lang muna ito ha. Okay. So for this seminar po natin na webinar, so kailangan ito ha, pasagutan muna ako ng college evaluation natin for the webinar evaluation. So ito yung link. Isasend ko din siya sa ating chat box ha. So, right after the webinar, so maglalag po kayo dyan at magsasagot ng evaluation. And then to give you the info regarding with our program heads, and also para sa mga information to para sa mga new students and transferees natin. So, babanggitin ko lang ang mga program heads natin. So, ayan. So, in different programs. Okay. So, under the education program, both Bachelor of Elementary and Secondary Education, and also under the program of BS in Psychology, ang program head po natin dyan ay si Mrs. Maria Teresa C. Raduvan. So, kapag may mga concerns po tayo, pwede ninyong kausapin ang inyong mga program heads. Ayan. So, next, for the AB in Communication and AB in Journalism program head, ang head po natin dyan ay si Mrs. Carmina M. Degala or Mrs. Mina. Yan. So next po, for the BS in Accountancy program, for BS in Accounting Information System, and for the BS in Entrepreneurship programs, ang program head po natin dyan ay si Mrs. Jennifer D. Charangero or Miss Jenny. And then for BS in Information Technology, ang program head po natin ay si Mrs. Almeda B. Asuncion. Okay, again, information po ito para sa mga new and transferee students natin. And then under the BSBA program, so both major in marketing management and major in human resource development management, ang ating program head ay si Dr. Ronaldo A. Poblete. And then under our TVSD or the TESDA, we have Mr. Virgilio B. Terenal. So yung ating pong OSA coordinator, again, si Mrs. Luz Biminda P. Doco. Then ako po ang inyong guidance. Ayan. And of course, our college dean is Dr. Leonora T. Fernandez. Ayan. So again, kapag may mga concerns po tayo, anytime, or from Monday to Fridays, or kung may mga concerns, may mga inquiries kayo, anytime, magsabi lang or mag-message lang sa akin o sa mga program heads. Okay. So we are here and willing to help sa inyo and to listen. Ayan. So to end the program, let's have a closing prayer. Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. Okay.
Thank you, Lord, for this successful seminar. We know that you have blessed all that have attended. May you keep on blessing us as we go exit this venue and apply what we have learned from the wisdom and expertise the speakers and materials have presented. Grant us the will and fortitude to apply the knowledge we have garnered this day for the good of all men. In your name, amen.
Ayan. So again, thank you sa pag-attend ng ating webinar. So, ayan, okay. So again, kayo po ay kailangan mag-evaluate. So, dun sa ating evaluation, dun ako magbabase para sa ating e-certificate. Ha? Siguro maybe by next week, tsaka ko isi-send yung ating e-certificate through your council president. Ayan. So again, tayo po lahat ay maglalag or mag-fill up ng evaluation form. Ayan. So may mga tanong pa? Or may mga...
Miss, wala pa po yung yung link po.
Ayan, sige. Isi-send ko sa ating... ayan. Ha? Ayan. So, ayan, na-send ko na. So, mag-fill up po kayo ng ating evaluation, ha? Ayan. So, with that, again, thank you sa pag-attend. And for those students who did not attend sa ating webinar, so ito po ay recorded. So, pwede ninyong balikan ulit para dun sa mga gustong balikan ulit yung ating webinar o sa mga estudyante na hindi naka-attend ngayon. So, pwede ninyong balikan ulit to, ha? Ayan. So, yun lang. So, salamat. See you again sa ating mga susunod pa na mga webinars, ha?
Thank you guys for attending. God bless.
Thank you, Miss Dokot. Mag-ingat.
Thank you po, Miss. Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you po.
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 Salamat.